All right, so last video we did is this dice roll simulator, kind of as a review from CS10. Again, we did use functions in CS10 as well, but the key here is just making sure you understand defining and invoking functions and how defining and invoking functions can help us in terms of reusability and modularity. The idea that this is a module, it has a specific task. And actually, I should model this. A good idea is at the beginning of the function to do a little comment that says, what is the task of this function? Right? So I'm just going to say, simulate the roll of a six-sided die. Update totals and roll end result. Here we go. Display result and total, something like that. So the main job of this function is to simulate the roll, simulate a single roll. Let's do that. A single roll of a six-sided die, display the result and the totals. Okay, so that's the job. That's this module, this function. It does that task. And when does it do that task? When I click the roll button. It'll do a single roll. Now, what I'd like to add is, let's add another button. Let's just do a space here, button ID, and we'll call it roll 100 button. And we'll give it the text roll 100. And here we're going to use a loop. Right, I want to hit roll 100 and I want it to execute 100 rolls of the die. So to do that, we're going to add another event listener. Actually, let's just copy and paste this. And we'll call this the roll 100 button. Is that what I called it? I forget so quickly. Yeah, roll 100 button. Okay, but here, if I give it the name roll die, I can do that. But now both of these buttons do the same thing. That roll. Oh, why did I pause in debugger? I think I must have clicked on something here. Okay, that's really weird. Let's just... Seriously, why is that? There's a breakpoint there. Okay. Anyway, hit roll. And my... okay, refresh. What happened here? Console, hit roll. It rolled once. Hit roll 100. It rolled once, right? Why? Because I'm just doing the exact same function, and the job of this function is to simulate a single roll. So I need a roll 100 function. Okay, so let's do that down here. Function roll 100. Open and close parentheses, open and close braces. And this I'm going to loop 100 times. Again, if you forget about loops, a.ca/Mr. Veldkamp, CS10, Intro to Programming, Summary. I should have something in here about loops. Haha. And we talk about while loops and for loops. I think I even talk about repeating code. For loops often work best for that. And you can do this, use this variable that starts at 0, goes up to 500. That'll loop 500 times. Cool. Actually, did I do? Oh, no, I did a coin flip simulator in the notes here. Okay. All right, so let's look at that. So for, and let's just have an n for number, 0, n is less than 100, n plus plus. So that'll generate the numbers 0 to 99, which is 100 times. And what do I want to do 100 times? I want to roll a single die. But I want to do that 100 times inside of the loop. Well, this is where functions come in, because what I could do is I could just take all of this code, right, whatever's inside of this function, copy it, and put it inside of here. I'm going to hit Shift-Alt-F just to format that, so we can see that this is where the for loop starts and that's where it ends. So all of that code will repeat 100 times. This should work. I go back here, roll, did it once, roll 100. Whoa, I got all these wonderful totals, which hopefully add up to 101. Okay, so that worked. Beautiful. I loop 100 times, and I do this code that will simulate a single die, the roll of a single die. However, what a waste of code. Look at that, right? I copied and pasted all of this stuff. Here's the beauty of functions, right? If I want to simulate the roll of a single die, that's what this module does. That's what this function does. So I can just go roll die, and that's the name of the function, open and close parentheses to say function do your job. And now I can reuse this code, right? I'll still run this code when I click the roll button, but I can also use this code inside of this loop. And that's way more efficient. I don't have to copy and paste it. I can just say, hey, do this task. And that does it once, and that still does it 100 times. Okay, so like I said, defining and invoking functions, the idea here is we can reuse this code, modularity and reuse. The function's a module that does a single die, roll of a single die, and I can reuse that function over and over again simply by invoking the function by name. Awesome. Hopefully that makes sense, and it's going to help us make much better, much more organized and efficient programs. Okay, that's all for this one. Feel free to play around with this program, make it look nicer, do different things with it. I'll leave that up to you. Oh man, look, I can roll so many times and get my totals there. Okay, I'll leave it at that. Take care. Hope that made sense. Remember, define and invoke functions. Okay, see you in the next video.